Baby, it's cold outside. Here, it feels like -30. Minot, North Dakota feels like -40. Manhattan, Kansas, a -6. Springfield, Virginia, a positive, strong, and warm 28. Leland, North Carolina, 61. And Jensen Beach, Florida, a nice balmy 70 degrees. All right, it is what it is, right? Embrace it. If it's cold, you can stay in and do your yoga, and that's what it's all about. Embrace where you are. And today, right now, you're in your restorative yoga. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is the place for you to do your yoga from the privacy of your own home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to be judged. You don't have to worry about being judged. You just do it your way. Every day our practices are different. Every day I want you to do what's right for your body. It's what the bottom of the screen says. Do what is right for you and only you. And every day is different. So take care of yourself. If something hurts, don't do it. Back out of it. Don't take it so deeply. Don't take it so strongly. Back out of it. And just peel the layers back until you're comfortable. And that's what you want in a restorative practice. We're going to hold the poses longer. We hold them 3 to 5 to 7 minutes long in a restorative practice. Other days of the week, we do other types of practices. But I promise you, they all complement each other and work together to make you strong, flexible, and mobile. Check us out every day. All right, so here's the word I want you to think about today. The word is lengthen. Lengthen, lengthening in the spine. Lengthening means to grow, to extend, to create space, to decompress. And we need to do that. We need to decompress, especially this time of year. You're going to need some props for today's practice, for our restorative practice. We use pretty much the same kind of props, well, basically in all of our yoga. 2 yoga blocks are wonderful. We are going to use those today. Have some water handy because it's always good to hydrate. You're going to need a blanket. Everybody's got one of those lying around. An eye shade and a little hand towel if you got that. Those can double as each other and just are really nice for your final shavasana pose, which you're going to love today. And a big bolster. Big bolster can be a big pillow from your sofa, but that's what you want to have. You want to have all these comfy, cozy props. I've also got socks on. Maybe you've got your jammies on because, baby, it's cold outside. All right, lock in a stress number on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to whatever. How are you stressing out wise? Lock that number in. Remember it. But let's come into our first pose. All right, it's going to be a child's pose. And it's a child's pose on the bolster. Here's the deal. Bring your bolster vertically onto your mat. And you know, I don't know how it feels for your knees. Maybe you want to bring a blanket down and place your knees on your blanket. What I'm going to do with my bolster is I'm going to scoot my body so it's at about the bottom third of the bolster. I'm going to put a block at the top, using a towel or maybe even your eye shade to be a little pillow for your head. Now you could also have the blanket at the midway of your bolster to cushion your knees, whatever feels right. So we're going to hold this first child's pose for 5 minutes. That's a long time. I like to set a timer so I don't have to worry about it. And you just have to rest. Don't even think about it. Come on down. Let your chest rest on your bolster. Let your arms be wherever is comfortable for you, and rest your head. Rest your forehead on your block. Find a setup that's comfortable for you. The idea here is to relax the entire body into the bolster and think of lengthening through the spine. Crown of the head is lengthened to the top of the room and tailbone to the back of the room. Let your head be heavy. Scoot your bolster to wherever feels right. Knees spread as wide as you like. And just let your body surrender to the gravity. A few deep breaths in through your nose, followed by big audible exhales through your mouth. And then whenever you're ready, try to close your lips and just breathe in and out of your nose as you, hopefully, happily build heat in your body. Eyes are closed. Your body is at rest. I will let you know when the time has elapsed. Breathe deeply and enjoy. Deepen your breaths. Take one more deep cycle of breath. Full inhale. And a full softening exhale. Stay here longer if this is feeling great for you. Nobody's forcing you to move on. Stay here. The yoga is so good for your mental health, and it reduces anxiety and stress, and it's a real stressful and sometimes depressing time of year. So stay here and enjoy the pose that works for you. All right, I am going to come out of this pose now, and I'm going to move my bolster just a little bit, keeping it vertical on the mat. I'm going to take my eye shade and my 2 blocks. I'm going to bend my knees, soles of the feet touch, blocks to whatever height feels supportive for your knees, and then recline onto your bolster. Your bottom is on your mat. Recline here. Cover your eyes. Maybe you're using a blanket to lay on your legs, or, whatever feels good for you. And we're going to rest here for 5 minutes also. All right. So your legs are in like a cobbler pose, the way we do that Supta Baddha Konasana pose. But your knees are supported. Arms down by your sides. Perhaps the eyes are covered. Chest is opening up as you're decompressing your low back here. Big breaths in and big breaths out. Try to just ride the tide of your breath and not think about the past, the future, just right here, right now. And the challenge, if you will, is not for the pose to be perfect. What is perfect anyway? The challenge is just to feel whole and complete and at peace. come back to just your breath, no thoughts. Deepen your breath. Big breath in. And big, slow breath out. Repeat your cycles of breath just like that. When you're ready, take one more big cycle of breath. This will be the last one in this pose if you choose to move on. Feel the decompression in the low back. Feel the knees relaxing even more into your blocks. All right, you can stay here if you like. Great pose. But I'm going to move on to Pentacle if you'd like to join me. So just send your legs long off of your blocks, roll off of your bolster, just scoot it aside, and come to fully reclined on your mat. In your fully reclined position, send your arms and legs high overhead. Come into a big capital letter X shape. This is your Pentacle pose. And realize, a lot of times we get criticized for resting. You should do more, be doing more, moving faster. Rest is not idleness. Rest is wonderful. Eyes are closed. We're not here very long. Maybe about 5 big cycles of breath. Just reset and breathe. Stay here longer if this feels great today. If you'd like to join me in a sideways lying twist, which is good for digestion and elimination, let's move on to that. I'm going to bring my legs together, arms slowly and heavily down by my side. I'm going to press on up. Then I'm going to find just the bolster. I'm going to come onto my left hip and having the bolster close by. I'm going to be on my left hip, bolster is at my torso, then I'm going to twist to the left, and I'm going to gaze to the left. So your hip is down, your thighs are down, the bolster is right close, and you're going to look in the opposite direction to which your knees are pointing, bringing your right cheek or ear down to the bolster, or to start, maybe have your hands on the bolster and you can rest your cheek or ear on your hands. And then maybe work your hands away eventually as time progresses. 5 minutes here. Settle in and rest. Deepen your breaths. Surrender your chest even more to allowing the twist to deepen. Maybe one more deep cycle of breath here. And as you're ready, maybe you want to stay longer, but we'll move on to the other side. If you stay longer on this side, be sure to give the other side equal time. All right, slowly press on up. You've been on your left hip. Let's switch it so you're on your right hip. Right hip up close to the bolster. Hands on each side of the bolster. Take the twist to bring your torso on down to the bolster. 5 minutes here. Chest comes down to the bolster. Maybe your hands are folded, creating a little pillow for your head here as you begin. And as time progresses, maybe work your hands away if that feels good. Bringing the cheek or the ear down to the mat. Let everything rest. No tension. Be at peace. Comfort and joy. deepen your breaths. Big full exhales maybe lets you take the twist a little deeper if that feels comfortable. If you want to stay here longer, go ahead. But I'm going to take one more big cycle of breath. And then come into Pentacle pose. So slowly come out of it. No rush, no hurry. Move like you're moving through molasses. And then come on up to do a Pentacle pose. So just maybe up a little bit and keep your bolster where it is. Come on fully to your bottom onto your mat and take your Pentacle on the bolster if that feels good for you. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Same thing here, maybe 5 cycles of breath if that feels good. And if you don't like the bolster, come all the way down to the ground. Stay here longer if this is the pose for you today. Next pose I'm going to take is a caterpillar pose. If you'd like to join me, bring your arms down by your sides, legs back to the midline. Slowly make your way on up to a seated position. Maybe you keep your eyes closed the whole time. All right. Legs go long. Maybe slip your blanket rolled up underneath the backs of your knees. Take your bolster on top of your extended legs. Doesn't the weight feel kind of nice and refreshing as well? Then you can take your blocks, if you like, and hinge forward and rest your head onto a block. Soften your shoulders. Maybe you've got a second blanket, or maybe you're not using the blanket under your knees. You could place that on your bolster too. Anything to bring it up a little bit if that feels better for you. So in this caterpillar pose, I'm going to let my chest melt toward the bolster while having my head supported by whatever kind of support is working for me now. Take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, think of lengthening in the spine. And as you exhale, hollow out the belly and let the chest relax into the bolster. Just let it be. No rush, no hurry. We'll be here for a little while. Deep breaths in. And deep breaths out, just surrender. I'm going to aim for about 7 minutes here. You do what's right for you. Get your mind out of your body and just let the body surrender to gravity. Deep breaths. That's your job. Just deep breaths. If your teeth are touching, unclench your jaws. Let the shoulders soften toward the earth. Let your breath be long and slow. Soften your shoulders. Full breaths out that hollow out your belly, that send your belly button back towards your spine, allowing your chest to surrender even more into your bolster setup. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, surrender. Deep breaths out of your back and shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just stay here for a little bit longer and just observe. Don't judge, but just think about and feel how you feel in your hamstrings. Do they feel maybe less tight? How does your low back feel? And the setup with your bolster and the blocks or whatever you used. Are you finding that you've really come down a lot lower in the course of this 7 minutes? I think this is a great pose, at least it is for me, to just really observe the progress over time. And by time, I mean that 5 to 7 minutes. Things just really surrender and loosen up. So just observe for a second where you are as opposed to where you were, you've made progress. As you're ready, if you want to stay longer to see how far you can go for it. If you'd like to come out of it and let's do a supportive bridge pose to release the tension in the low back, you can do that with me. I'm going to come back to the midline of my body. Slowly come on up, nice and slowly. Enjoy the transition. The getting there is part of the best part. I'm going to bring my blanket to the top of my mat so I can rest my shoulders on it. Put my bolster aside. I'm going to bring one block and my eye shade or towel. Bridge pose. We do this often. Come to lie down on that blanket. Feels good. Take it slowly. Bend your knees, heels up behind your bottom. Press on up through your hips and take your block and place it at whatever height feels good. Low height, medium height, high height. I'm going to go for kind of a medium height today. Now, placement is what you want to go for here. Scoot the block down so it's comfortable. And if you don't have blocks, maybe you use your pillow, your bolster underneath your hips. Horizontally lay it on your mat. And you just want to lift your hips up. With the block, you want to be a little more precise. I think the block's even more comfortable here than the bolster's comfortable, but the block, you feel like you're getting into it more. Scoot the block nice and low on your bottom, so all of the vertebra can be off of the block, having gravity work with them to pull them away from your tailbone and let them decompress. All right. You'll know the right spot. Wiggle it and get it so it's comfortable. We'll be here for 5 minutes, but here's what I'd like you to do here. As you deepen your breath, arms down by your sides, either palms up or down, whatever, really let all of the weight rest on that block. It's just really hard to do. Psychologically, you just kind of want to tense up a little bit. Let all your weight go. Maybe even lift a foot up and the other foot, maybe come up onto the toes, just to feel what it feels like to have all that weight there. Breathe deeply and let your low back feel great. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Shoulders can snuggle into that blanket a little bit. And it's just your belly rising and falling with your deep breaths. take maybe 1 or 2 more deep cycles of breath. Really focus on them and feel how they make you feel in your low back. Big breath in. And big breath out, taking the navel all the way to the spine, feeling that decompression. Maybe you'd like to stay here a little bit longer. Maybe you'd like to bring the soles of your feet together to touch now and open up your knees wide to the sides of your room. Just briefly, we're not going to be here very long. A few breaths. Bring your knees back together to touch at the midline of your body as the soles of your feet come down to your mat. Now toe heel your feet out toward the edges of your mat and let your knees stay inward, kind of knock-kneed into a collapsed bridge pose. So knees are now touching, feet are comfortably toward the sides of your mat. Couple breaths here. All right, work your knees apart. Work your feet back to that starting bridge position so they're kind of like right underneath your knees. Press your hips on up a little bit, nice and slowly. Take it slowly and put the block at its lowest height. If you're on the bolster, just now, everyone, send your legs long. So you're going to come into that pontoon pose. Adjust your block so it feels comfortable and supportive. I like to scoot mine up a little bit as I come into pontoon. So legs are long, arms down by your sides, breathe. Stay here if this is working magic in your body. If you'd like to join me for final shavasana now, let's come out of this nice and slowly, not much movement. Try to minimize how much you have to move. Maybe press into the soles of the feet, lift the block on. Lift the hips on up and pull the block on out. Come to fully reclined on your mat. If it's comfortable and fairly easy, you might want to slip the bolster underneath your knees. The blanket, you can leave it there if your room is nice and warm and cozy, or place the blanket wherever feels nice to have that little bit of weight and warmth on your body. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel as you come into your final shavasana pose, a final resting pose. All right, arms down by your sides. Be here for about 6 or so minutes. Arms down by your sides, palms face up if you like, or face down if that feels better. Soften your shoulders away from your ears and nestle them behind your back. Eyes are closed, perhaps covered. Come back to just your breath and softness in your body. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Eyes rest heavily in the eye sockets. Legs and arms are heavy. Shoulders away from the ears and down into the mat. The only movement is the belly rising and falling as you breathe. No thoughts, just peace and serenity in your breath. I'll let you know when the time is up. Enjoy. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slower breath out. If you can stay here longer, enjoy the pose that you're in. And just let a peace that transcends your understanding, just let it permeate your whole body. I mean, why not? Your breath is peaceful. Your body is calm. Your mind is free of distractions. Enjoy the moment. If it is time for you to do other things in your day, remember this piece. And let's slowly come out of the pose. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes ever so softly and slightly. Then work the motion up into your wrists and your ankles, whatever feels nice. As you take an inhale, raise your arms high up overhead, point your toes, and take a big good morning stretch. And as you exhale, bend your knees and your elbows. Just scoot any props aside or keep them with you. Roll into a fetal position. Using your low arms, bicep is a pillow. Top shoulder relaxed, eyes closed. Savor the solitude and the peace of this breath. Big breath in. And big breath out. Maybe you'd like to keep your eyes closed as you gently float on up to a comfortable position, whatever is comfortable for you. Bring your hands to a prayer center position. Press your thumbs slightly into your chest. Lengthen up through the crown of your head and tuck your chin slightly to your chest. Bring your ears back more over your shoulders. Take a big breath in that originates at the base of your spine and just let it lift and be lofty up through the crown of your head. Embrace the little pause between inhale and exhale. Exhale slowly, softly, softening your shoulders on the way down and just letting your hips relax into the foundation of the earth beneath you. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. That was your 1 hour long yoga. I think it went by quickly. I hope you did too. Just felt nice and warm to be on your mat too, didn't it? All right, so took a stress number in the beginning. What was it? And now what have you got? Maybe you're in the negatives, which is good for your stress, but not good for your weather. Anyway, I hope you feel really great. May you have peace at all times today and in every situation, because you are in control. Have a great day, everybody. Love you. We are going to practice tomorrow. See you on your mat. Be here. I look forward to seeing you. Much love, peace, and joy. Bye, guys. Hello, baby girl. You're just a good girl. Yes, you are. You're just a good girl. You're a dear for still being here. It's a busy time of year. I know that. We've all got things we got to do. But stick with your yoga. It's the best thing you can be doing for yourself, for your body, for your mind, and for your heart. So tell your friends how this yoga has been affecting you this year. How good it is, right? Tell them about it. It's free for anybody and everybody. We're here every day for them, here every day for you. They can join us anytime they want from the privacy of their own home, and you know all that stuff. You also know that you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com if you'd like to support our broadcast. Thanks for being here. Enjoy the season, and I'll see you on your mats tomorrow.